This is my pet spectacled cobra, Steve, and this is the boring enclosure he's been living in for the last couple of weeks. Oh my god! Today we're going to be upgrading him to a much better and bigger enclosure, an enclosure fit for a king. First things first, we got him the best enclosure we could, this professional grade vision enclosure with these sliding glass doors. He's in this little crappy 2-foot enclosure with nothing but paper towels, sticks, a couple of little hides, and a water bowl. Hopefully he appreciates this brand new setup. First off, we need a light. We've opted for this tiny lamp and this low wattage heat bulb, which will provide a little bit of extra heat, but not a whole lot. Let's plug it into the lamp and then go ahead and put the lamp in the little hole and go ahead and connect it to our smart plug, which we can control from our phone, which is pretty epic. Gotta love technology. Oh, come, damn it. So we plugged the lamp into the socket on the first try, which was pretty nice, and boom, there we go. Nice and lit up, and I just realized it looks terrible and it's disgusting. Since I realized this would take a long time, I decided to get my Raycon everyday earbuds and pop them in to listen to some tunes. I love these things. They are fantastic audio quality at a very affordable price. And I know they'll last this entire project because they have 32 hours worth of battery life, and even if they were to die, just 10 minutes worth of charging will get you 90 minutes worth of battery life, so I don't have to worry about taking a long break regardless. My favorite feature about these is definitely the active noise cancellation. That means I can take these out in public and I don't have to worry about that public noise leaking in and ruining whatever it is I'm listening to. These buds come in a ton of different colors. I personally chose green. They also have a bunch of really cool cases as well. I chose the Galaxy case. I just think that it's pretty cool looking, to be perfectly honest with you. Go to buyraycon.com/JoeyJ to save big for the holidays and get up to 25% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 25% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/JoeyJ. Now that I was jamming out to Thick of It by KSI, I was able to get the enclosure all cleaned out quickly. So we gathered our supplies, all the substrate we could want, some cork bark, some sticks, some more cork bark, some rocks, and of course our... what the heck? We grabbed our jungle mix first, which is our soil and moss blend. This is our humid substrate, so this will maintain a nice humidity in the enclosure. We dumped our first bag in. We saw that was not enough, so we went ahead and dumped a second bag in, and then after that, we went ahead and started smoothing everything out, trying to make a nice level surface there, and that's looking pretty good. So let's wipe off our hands here and grab our next substrate. This is our cypress mulch, which will be a little bit drier and be a little bit more substantial. So he won't slip around on this as much, he won't dig around in it as much, but it's mostly to just add a little bit of a different substrate in there, a different texture in there. It's a little rougher, a little drier. It's kind of just to give it a nice even blend. So that's what we're doing here, mixing it all up nicely, and look how beautiful it looks. That looks exactly like dirt and mulch mixed together. What more could you want? So now we're going to grab our rock. So this is just to add a rougher texture in there, something else for him to interact with, and something to aid in shedding. We'll also throw in a log hide in there. It's a little bit of a more naturalistic type of hide, and it should do well for him. And there goes the rocks. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I honestly suck at making enclosures, so I'm just going to shove all of the rocks into the back left corner because I don't know what else to do with them, to be perfectly honest with you. And my God, that looks absolutely incredible. Those are certainly rocks stacked in a corner. We're going to grab our cork bark here. These will act as things he can interact with and also things he can hide under in addition to his other hide. So we're going to just set them around the enclosure in a few different spots here. And now we're grabbing our sticks, which are just more things for him to interact with, climb on and over and whatnot. So I'm a little confused here, as I normally am. It's pretty much my normal state, trying to figure out how to position these sticks for my best liking, and more importantly for Steve's best liking. He's our king here. And next up is going to be the tricky part. We need to grab his water bowl. Steve, I kind of need to take your water bowl here, buddy. He's hiding in the back. Steve. Steve, I need to take your water bowl. Steve, I need to steal it. He in fact minded if I took the water bowl. We're trying to just hook him out of the enclosure here. Let's see if he participates. And of course he did not want to, so we had to grab his tail. And we're just gonna go ahead and put him in a bucket so that we are able to safely grab that water dish out of that old enclosure and place him back into his enclosure briefly. Steve, get in the, Steve, please. We don't have all day. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Now that Steve's back in his old enclosure, we can put the water bowl into the new enclosure. We'll get that situated and make sure it's nice and level. And then we'll fill it all the way up with some tap water, only the best for my Steve. And we'll toss another rock in the back there because I found another rock, so why not? And finally, okay guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought I had a lot more leaf litter than this. So the enclosure is gonna look pretty empty, but we'll dump what we have in. Wow, that's kind of pathetic. So that's the setup for now. It's not quite as full as I would have liked it, but got some nice rock in the background, some branches to climb on, different elevations for basking if he wants to, multiple different cork flats that he can hide under, a nice log he can hide inside. There is a unnatural hide in the back there, and then of course he's got his water in the front right corner just over there as well. We did go ahead and put Steve in this little basket here to give him flashbacks to how his ancestors were treated. And we got our nice little musical flute here. So we're going to play a tune and try and get Steve to chill out a little bit here so we can easily move him to his new enclosure. And I'm just joking with you. Of course, Steve's not in the basket. Steve? Cobras, of course, don't have external eardrums, so music has little to no effect on them. They get entranced by the motion of the person rather than the music itself. Now let's go ahead and try to grab out Steve here for real. Let's unlock his enclosure and hopefully he's willing to participate. Give him a little butt touch there. Oh my God, Steve, can you not creep up on me like that, okay? I know you're not gonna hurt me, but you are still venomous, regardless of how unbelievably unintimidating you look. You look absolutely adorable, I'll be perfectly honest with you. But I do need you to come with me. So can you just let me grab you? Okay, Steve, you need to just come with me, okay? Chill. Oh, is that his panda bear? So if you didn't notice, Steve does have a panda face or like a cat face on the back of his hood, which is pretty neat and unique. That's how we tell Steve apart from his brothers, if he had brothers. But unfortunately, we're going to have to get hands-on since he's being such a pain in the butt. So we'll grab his tail there, get a hook on the front third of his body, and finally, we are able to actually get him out of that enclosure. And let's go ahead and start moving him into his new enclosure here. And that just looks so much better than the paper towel and stick enclosure he was in before. He's already going into his log to explore it, to feel comfortable. And there you go, Steve. I really hope you appreciate the enclosure, buddy. Let's lock him in there so that he can't escape and harm my neighbors or their pets. And there we go. Love to see it, everyone.